There, it's Handmade by Shirley. Welcome to my channel. I am coming on to do project number 6 of my 30-day challenge, my 30-day Christmas cards, Christmas project challenge, or whatever you want to call it. So I've come on with some LemonCraft stuff, and this was LemonCraft's from last year called Natural Christmas, and you had sort of lovely papers, double-sided papers, and you always get some lovely elements to cut out. So I went ahead and cut lots of the elements out, probably enough that I'll need for this particular project. I've also got a piece of chipboard as well that I've got some ribbon, and I'm going to just pop it together and make it into, so it's not going to be a card as such, it's going to be a decoration, because we've got 2 holes in the back here. I'm going to put some ribbon through and we're going to make it into a decoration. I actually did quite a lot of these last year and gave them to friends, so just as a slight wee difference from a card, it's just nice to give something a bit different. So as I say, I've chosen one of the papers with this design on it. It's really nice, really pretty. There is the gingham on the back, but I thought I'd go for this because I think it's really pretty. So to stick my elements on, I'm going to be using Pinflair glue gel. You could use double-sided sticky pads, foam pads as well. It's up to yourself. I just prefer this because of the fact that I can slide some of the stuff about, and it gives me that slideability. So first things first, I'm going to just pop this piece. So this piece of card is actually 6x6, but I've just cut it down slightly because the MDF that I'm sticking onto it is slightly short of 6x6. So I just cut a slither off on all 4 sides of the card base, the card that we're putting the glue onto just now. So just popping on like that, hovering over, and then just getting it into place. You can just slide it into place like that. Doesn't need to be absolutely accurate, but as accurate as you can get it if you were doing this. And then the next thing to do is to get a pokey tool, and I'm going to poke these through so that I can get my ribbon. So I found it on the back here, so I know it's roughly here. So I don't want to poke myself, so there we go. So just put that through, just wiggle it about a bit, and then you've got a hole just there. Same on this side. There we go, same thing. And just do that. There we go. I'm sure that's in there. So that just makes sure that I don't cover these holes when I'm doing the decoration, and I've got space to put my ribbon on at the end. So as I say, I've got some of the elements, and what I tend to do is I like to kind of put what I think I might add. So I'll pop it on first and say, that looks quite nice, will I add that? I'm not sure. Excuse me. Might take that away, might not add that at all, might go down to whatever side, you know. So I just look and see what I've got, and then I'm just really kind of compiling a little collage to see what kind of looks nice. And you know, you can snip things away just like any projects that you do. Pop that there. And I do want to use this lovely bauble, chipboard bauble, which has got the nice laser drawing of a church and some trees and stars twinkling in the sky. So I do want to use that as well. So perhaps I don't have that. Perhaps I pop that in there. Perhaps I don't even have this at all either. So it's just a case of popping things on and seeing what looks quite nice, cutting into the elements just to make them look a little bit more realistic. I mean, I usually cut a lot more out than this so that I can layer it up and give it a right decoupage look, but I've just cut a few out here just to show you what sorts of things you can do with just a few bits and pieces. So just giving these white poinsettias a wee shape. So as I say, I cut in a little bit more to the middle. Just shape them with your fingers. If you want to use a tool, fair enough. If that's what you do, you could do as well. You could use a ball tool, but I'm just shaping it around my fingers. So these two are kind of shaped. These this bit needs a wee bit of cutting into a bit more. It's a little bit too flat. No, I don't know. Nah. Let's see. Oh, that's not good. I've just broke the lid. I'll sort that, no worries. So yes, just be very careful with these chipboard things because they are very delicate and they do break, as you can see, really easily. So I'm just cutting in a bit more to this because it's quite... I want to cut into it a wee bit more to give it a wee bit more of a look. Right. So before I start placing them, I've got these three as an idea. I've also got the rocking horse as well, which I could pop on. Or I could pop the bauble maybe there as if it's hanging from this bit. So before I do that though, so I'll take these bits off again, I'm just going to run my grey ink, VersaFine Clear Morning Mist over the top of this just to see if it will, just not over the top, but just kind of around the edge, just to give it a bit of colour. I have dragged it slightly as well. I don't want to hide that nice laser cut image. I'll pop it over the little bit that fell off as well. So just actually pop that in and cover that with the grey so that it stands out when I do pop it onto the card. So that's all I really want to do there. Yep. Just want to smear that bit a bit. Right, so I'm going to start off with this kind of log type. It's a tree made out of logs. So I'm just using my glue gel and I'm just going to pop a couple of little bits on it. Like so. So this also helps it to stand up and be more 3D. So just take that out of the way. Just pop that there. And I'm just using this line at the bottom to help me. So I'm going to then pop this piece down flat, which means I'm not using glue gel. I'm going to use just wet glue because I want this one to be, I don't want it to be 3D. So it's just kind of building up a picture, building up a kind of collage. That's what I would say it is. There we go. And then adding different elements. And remember, if you do put it up on 3D glue gel, you can tuck things into the back. So just before I start popping pieces on, I just want to see what's going to look good and what's not. So I'm going to pop this one down with the wet glue just in this corner here, like that. And then I'm going to pop this one on the glue gel on top. So just put a piece in the middle and you can just rotate this round and just pop that on. Don't press it right down because that means it will be flat then, and that's not really what we're wanting. Now what I want to do with this is to pop a wee bit glue gel, not glue gel, wet glue adhesive on here, and I'm just going to pop that. Let's just see where it's going to sit. Up here. Yep. Okay, and then I want this to sit. So I need to have glue gel on this side, not that side, because that's already heightened with the tree, the wooden tree. So a few squeezes of glue gel there. I just pop that on like that. That's it. In place. There we go. And then let's see what else we're going to put on. So we've got a couple other little bits and bobs. So I was going to put the rocking horse on as well. So I'm going to pop him up on glue, gel glue. Just pull up on his head. And now I'm just going to pop him underneath that one that I've just popped down. Just underneath that. Keeping that in place. Just slightly pull them down very slightly. There we go. And let's see, we've got a little snowman here we could pop on the edge, or we could pop him coming out. Let's just see. Let's just pop. So we need some glue gel on the bottom side of this because that one's already popped up. See what I mean already? So we only need a piece here. So there we go. And then we've got another one of these little bits, so we're going to pop that up on glue gel and just rotate that round on the top like that. Now we've got some gloves and a little sort of, it's a bit like a sweetie. I'm just going to try and take some of that extra off, because so I say you can put things underneath, or you know, up here, really where you want to. You can just add wee bits and pieces here, there, and everywhere. I don't know if I'm going to use everything that I've cut out, but I will certainly use a fair few bits. So I'll just put that on there. No, that's too much. I've got this little bird here. Just trying to see if I could pop him somewhere in behind, or maybe not. I think I'll take his feet off. Sorry, wee bird. I've taken his feet off. Just put a bit to lift him up. Just pop him in there. And then I think what I'm going to do next is I might pop this one down flat. So just pop it in between there, but you're still seeing it, and you're still seeing all the kind of other wee elements that are going on there. I think that's looking a bit squint, so I'm going to kind of push it that away a bit and move. Oh, don't know if I can move that now. Anyway, so we're going to pop this down flat as well. I don't want to put too much on, because sometimes you can just overpower it, and it just is far too much. But I'll put that one in there, and I know I've covered the wreath, but I just wanted that as a starting point. And I think I'm just going to put one more thing on, because I don't want to overpower it too much. So I think I might just add the snowman in here, and then I'll put the ribbon and the greeting on, and that'll be me done. So just pop that there, hold it for a few seconds. There we go. So I'm not going to use any of these other bits here, and that's it basically done. So I've got a length of red ribbon. Now I'm going to, before I do the actual ribbon, for actually putting it through the holes as a hanger, I'm just going to make a wee bow. It's a terribly wee bow I've made. Let's do that again. Let's get a slightly bigger piece this time. Right, that's slightly bigger. So do your 2 bunny ears, cross them over. So basically 2 loops, cross them over, put them through the hole, and you have a bow. That's how I was taught to make bows. So we can just cut this down a bit, cut the ends at a sort of angle, like so. And I think I'm going to just put that onto there. I might make it slightly smaller because it's a bit bigger than I was envisaging. So I need to cut these a bit more. So it's really all just about using your own creativity. It's not about anything else. So I'm just going to glue this on with some wet glue as well. Here, just going to put that on there. Just hold it in place for a few seconds. Like that. And then I've got this piece, The Magic of Christmas, which I think I'm going to just stick over here. But I need to get a piece that I can put at the back of it. So I have got, as I say, I've got various bits of this paper from last year. So that's all the kind of elements that you get with it. So you get all these elements that you can cut out. And then on the back you've got some lovely patterned papers. You get lots of, LemonCraft will have a new one out this year for Christmas. You get lots of sentiments as well to cut out. There's more elements. There's more like a sort of knitted jumper type. Another sort of cable style, so it's really nice. So I'm just looking for a little bit to put on the back of my sentiment. So actually I've got a piece here of the gingham, which was the backing of this piece I put down first, the base piece of paper. So I think if I pop that onto there, I think that would go okay. So I'm just going to bring in a trimmer at the minute to just do this because I want to try and get it as straight as possible. And my cutting skills are not the best. It doesn't seem to cut there for some reason. That's better. So let's see if I've managed to cut something. Right. Yep. So I've cut this bit off of the sentiment elements. Not particularly straight, but it is handmade, and I always say handmade does not need to be perfect. I think it's nice to sometimes see perhaps a wiggly line, or you know, something that shows it was made by somebody, not made in a factory. Right, so if that's going to show up very well actually. Might have to get a red, not a red, but a different coloured piece. Let's just see what else I've got here. Might do it on the back of this one because that's the green from that's the other one, one of the other ones. So we'll just bring the trimmer back into play, and I will just cut a piece, and hopefully that is wide enough. My trimmer, I've just actually changed the blade of my trimmer, but for some reason it seems to be really sticky. Right, I'm going to do a different piece of different greeting because that one wasn't very good. So we've got wish you a wonderful family Christmas, Christmas blessings, family time, hugs and kisses, magic of Christmas. So I think I am going to do the magic of Christmas. So because it's LemonCraft and because they're Polish, you also get on the other side it in Polish, but unfortunately I don't speak Polish, so, and I don't really have any Polish friends, so I can't really give it to anybody. But you know, if you do, if you had Polish friends or family, you could obviously use the wording on the other side. So right, I've done that now. Just slightly cut that down. Very slightly, just cut it down and then pop that on with some wet glue. So let's pop it on this bit of green. Tiny border all the way round. I don't know if you can see that in camera shot, hopefully. Yeah, my blade. I've just changed my blade and it's making everything very raggedy. But I suppose that could add to the texture of this particular project. So, I just want to see where this looks good on. If it looks good here, it's good here. I think we'll pop it on there, and we're going to pop it up on glue gel. Okay. And you're just going to slightly offset it. Just under there, like that, and I say that's it. So you could add other things to, like sisal. You could add flowers that you've cut out. You could add anything really to it. More ribbon. I need more ribbon actually. So I'm just going to pop the ribbon on. So cut a bit of ribbon, and all I do is pop the ribbon through here, like so. So I might need my pokey tool to do something like that. It's coming out at the opposite side. I don't think it did. No. There we go. And then let's put the next piece through here, this bit end through here. Come on. It's being temperamental, you know. Doesn't want to do what it's asked. Come on. So I'll catch that hopefully at that side, and all you would do is you would tie it off with a couple of knots at the opposite side at the back. I suppose you could tape it down if you wanted, and then cover it over with another piece of paper to hide that at the back. But just for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to do this just now. Oh, it's not so good. Try not to do that when you're doing this. So hopefully that won't come back through. That's probably a wee bit long, so just cut it. We'll just bring it down slightly. Cut it at that side. So just again, a couple of times round, like so. A couple of knots. As I say, I probably would usually just tape them down and put another piece of paper on the back. And that is your project number 6 for Christmas. As I say, you could absolutely put, I've got some silver shiny glitter pen. Of course, you can actually put that on as well. Go over adding that to your project. Obviously, maybe wait till the glue gel has dried, because you don't want to be pushing down all the things you've just put up on glue gel. So, and another thing I like to do is to just prime this, and then I like to splatter it everywhere, so you can do that as well, and that just gives you some glitter. And also, if you wanted, you could add some gems to it. Absolutely anything you wanted to it, really. So you can just add a few wee bits of glitter here and there. After all, it is for Christmas, and you can't get away without having sparkle, you know, on Christmas. So that's my project number 6. Oh, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this project. Please let me know if you have, and I hope you might try something similar. See you soon for project number 7. Bye for now.